Chidera and Chika met at the prestigious law firm where they both worked in bustling Lagos. Chidera, with her radiant light skin and curvy figure, caught attention wherever she went. She was a woman men dreamed of, but her heart had been shattered by past love, leaving her emotionally distant and wary of letting anyone close. Chika, a tall, dark and strikingly handsome man, carried his own emotional baggage. He was searching for true love, but had been disappointed too many times. His heart yearned for someone real, someone who could see past the surface and understand his soul. When he saw Chidera, he knew she was the one, but her worlds were higher than his. Their first real connection came in the heat of a courtroom battle where sparks flew, not from love, but from heated arguments. Chika admired Chidera's brilliance, but every time he tried to get close, she retreated behind her cold, professional demeanor. She feared letting him in would only lead to another heartbreak. To mask the emotions, Chidera became sarcastic and sharp around him, always keeping him at arm's length. Chika wasn't one to back down though. Her resistance only fueled his determination. But no matter how much he tried to break through her barriers, they always seemed to clash. One moment they were locked in passionate debates about a case, and the next they were having heated arguments over the smallest things. In the office, everyone knew they were more than just colleagues. They bickered like a married couple, but neither was willing to admit their feelings. At one point, Chika invited her to dinner after a long day at work, hoping to break the ice. But as soon as they sat down, the conversation turned into a heated argument about love and relationships. Chidera, fueled by her past hurt, argued, "Love is a trap. It's not worth it. You only end up broken in the end." Chika, who believed love was worth fighting for, retorted, "You can't keep running from it forever, Chidera. Not every man will hurt you." Chidera's face tightened, and she abruptly stood up, throwing her napkin on the table. "You don't know what I've been through, Chika. You think you can just walk in and fix everything? Well, it doesn't work that way." She stormed out, leaving Chika staring after her, frustrated and heartbroken. For days, they avoided each other at work. Chidera threw herself into her cases, but her mind kept drifting to Chika. She missed his witty remarks, the way he made her feel alive. But admitting that meant admitting she cared, and that scared her more than anything. Chika, on the other hand, couldn't stop thinking about her. Despite their fight, he knew there was something special between them. But how could he make her see that? Every time they got close, she pushed him away. He wasn't sure how much longer he could take the emotional tug-of-war. One afternoon, Chidera found herself standing outside Chika's office. She was about to knock when she heard him laughing with another female colleague. An unfamiliar pang of jealousy twisted in her stomach, and she quickly turned away. She couldn't bear the thought of him moving on, even though she had been the one pushing him away. That night, as she lay in bed, she realized how much she missed him, his company, his presence, even their arguments. The next day, Chidera decided to take a step, even if it terrified her. She walked into his office and closed the door behind her. Chika looked up, surprised but cautiously hopeful. "Can we talk?" she asked softly. Chika leaned back in his chair, his dark eyes watching her intently. "Go ahead." Chidera took a deep breath, her heart pounding. "I'm not good at this opening up thing, but I've missed you, Chika. I don't like fighting with you. It's just, I'm scared." Chika stood up and walked toward her, his gaze softening. "Chidera, I missed you too. But we can't keep running in circles like this. I'm not your past, and you're not mine. We have to be willing to try." Chidera looked into his eyes, tears welling up. "I don't want to lose you, but I'm so afraid of getting hurt again." Chika reached out gently, cupping her face. "We'll hurt each other sometimes, that's life. But I promise you, I'll fight for us. For you." In that tender moment, Chidera felt her walls begin to crumble. She didn't know what the future held, but for the first time in a long while, she was willing to risk it. She leaned into his embrace, finally allowing herself to feel. From then on, things between Chidera and Chika were different, but far from perfect. They still fought occasionally, sometimes over silly things like who should take the lead in a case or who left the kitchen messy. But each time they fought, they would miss each other intensely, the silence between them growing too loud to ignore. After a particularly heated argument, Chidera would stubbornly avoid him for days, but Chika always knew how to break the ice. One evening, after one of their infamous silent treatments, Chika showed up at her apartment with a box of her favorite suya and a mischievous smile. "Are you going to keep pretending you don't miss me?" Chidera glared at him for a moment, but the delicious smell of the suya and the warmth in his voice, in his eyes, made her resolve crumble. She rolled her eyes, grabbing the food. "Fine, but this doesn't mean I've forgiven you." Chika laughed, pulling her into a hug. "I'll take what I can get." Their love was messy and complicated, full of occasional misunderstandings, but it was real. Over time, they learned how to navigate the ups and downs, how to argue without tearing each other apart, and how to make up when the silence grew unbearable. Their families at first were skeptical. Chika's mother often hinted that Chidera's strong-willed nature might be too much for him to handle. Meanwhile, Chidera's friends questioned whether Chika was truly serious about her, given their constant arguments. But love, in its messy, chaotic form, continued to triumph. Chidera and Chika learned that love wasn't about never fighting or never being hurt. It was about choosing each other despite the imperfections, despite the past wounds. And in the end, their love, tested by time and trials, grew stronger. They were each other's place, the calm after every storm.